Sorry, I'm just redoing this because when I was playing videos, the volume was far too loud and I was trying to talk over the video. So a lot of the time, what I was trying to explain couldn't be heard. But I'd actually just rather redo this whole thing anyway, because there's just too many friggin' points and too many obvious things, and it's just so friggin' hilarious. So let's go through it again. Gravity. Strong enough to hold the oceans down, but too weak to pull the morning dew off a blade of grass. And that's a funny thing that people don't note with gravity, is that it only affects things that scientists want it to affect. It's not actually a consistent thing. It's not even existent at all. It's a complete lie. So as I've said before, density is the way that this world works, and with density, things get lighter. Gases get lighter as you go up, and things get more dense as you go down. So obviously the air above your head is going to be lighter than the air at your feet, and so of course naturally you're going to be able to walk on the ground. You're not getting sucked to the ground. You don't feel like you're getting pulled. You can still walk around and freely move around those gases because they're lighter and less dense than you. There's no weird force of gravity sucking you to the ground, and it does not have that effect on anything. Basically, if something is more dense and it gets dropped and there is something less dense underneath it, then it's going to fall through that until it reaches something that is more dense in itself. That's just the nature of the world. So, yeah, I want to show some videos that I showed earlier and just go through them as well, but I'll just go through some of these photos first. Memes are actually great. I know that sounds stupid because they're just pictures, but they really get the point across really fast. So I do save them, and I will share some. So Kubrick filmed the moon landing. Obviously, you've been in the dark if you don't know that that was fake. Go watch it. It's on NASA's YouTube channel, and they're still claiming that this was real. So you know right off the bat that these guys are a bunch of liars, because it is clearly fake. It's really, really, really bad CGI. I've done a video on that before if you want to see it. I went through so many points, especially who was filming it land. Obviously it was a CGI craft anyway that was landing. It was really terribly filmed with really fake looking flames and stuff. Also, how would they even have flames in a vacuum is beyond me, beyond reasonable thought, to be honest. It's impossible. You can't have flames in a vacuum. So, you know, they haven't gone to the moon. They haven't left the Earth. The idea that they've left the Earth is complete ludicrousy. I'll show you a photo here. You know, does this not raise questions in your mind? Where's the moon? How far away is the moon? You know, the Earth is actually smaller in that SpaceX photo there than it is in the NASA photo of the moon crossing the Earth's path or whatever. Obviously, both fake. SpaceX have done a video on before as well, where their CGI actually glitched out for a moment and showed the whole entire CGI room. You can go look this up on YouTube. The video is still available. Or you could go to Pirate Bay or a torrent site and download the full unedited copy, because they've now edited it on YouTube and on Facebook. Of course, because why wouldn't they? That would be absolutely ridiculous if they left the full version up. But I did watch it live, so if you trust me, yeah, I did watch it live. I've seen the CGI room for myself, but obviously this photo up here is obviously fake. I mean, we've got green around the moon. If you go look at the actual video, it's all tainted and terrible, and the shading's wrong, everything's wrong. The clouds don't even move in the video, but as I said, I've done a video on that before, so I just want to move on. Yeah, so this is an actual screenshot from a high altitude balloon that I have actually watched. As you can see, the sun's small, localized, and shining especially bright on that particular area. This is at sunset, for this particular area too, because the sun's actually moving away. It's actually in the distance, and it's just slightly illuminating this area. This would be like, you know, dusk. Is it dusk? Yeah, I think. So, obviously we've got so many things in the sky, satellites and what have you, all over our sky like this. This is what they give us. This is the cartoon image that they gave us to tell us how many satellites are in the sky. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You don't see them ever. And if you watch satellites being launched, I will go through and show you things. Satellites are launched from the back of like a vehicle, and they've got a balloon on them, and it's ridiculous, man. They've got helium balloon or whatever launching these. Oh, this is like oh my god, see, look at the CGI crap. Look at the CGI crap they give out. Absolutely ridiculous. Satellite launch from vehicle balloon. Again, you got to really know what you're looking up to be able to, like, actually, you know, find the correct content for the stuff. As you can see, CGI. So we'll just try and find. Oh gee, they don't make this easy. I mean, we've got satellite crashing to Earth with the balloon still hanging on it. Obviously this is made out of really thick material, these balloons. So, you know, they do stay up there for quite some time, but there's so many proofs that satellites have fallen back to Earth. How do they fall through the Van Allen belt? Well, that's because there is no Van Allen belt, and they weren't even in space in the first place. Oh man. Friggin' near impossible, isn't it, to find this stuff? I do have a video. Oh look, there's another crash. Again, this is impossible. Impossible from space to crash into Earth. It should be space junk. It is not. I'll find that at some point. I might attach it in the comments. There's several of them. I don't know why it won't come up. So yeah, this is just a meme about facts. People don't really take all the facts in. You know, this guy here, he has a completely self-enclosed ecosystem that he created. It rains, it forms clouds. It is completely self-sufficient. He hasn't taken the lid off in, I think, over a decade. That is literally our world. We did used to get taught that, as you can see with this picture down the bottom there. But, you know, they don't really want us to know this stuff anymore. Obviously, because it goes against their agenda. So Galileo, literally, if you look this up, what did he use to see the universe? This is what he used. This right here. That. Yeah, no, he didn't see the universe. What he documented is still used and talked about as fact. It is absolute load of crap. You can't even see the universe with a P900, which is clearly, like, going to be way more capable than this thing. Your light doesn't, you know, bend over curves. So what would happen is the light would hit the ocean's curved, and it wouldn't actually go around the curve because at the other side of the curve, the light can't be seen. So it just doesn't make sense, guys. It doesn't make any sense. Water is always level. We use it in levels. We use it, like, literally for everything. We work out how high things are up from sea level. Sea level. I mean, they're telling us that is literally what it is. The sea is level. The ocean is level. Water is always level. So how does that work if it's curving? How can you use sea level as an accurate measurement if the water's always curving? It's just impossible. And again, if gravity can hold, you know, massive amounts of water on the Earth, how does everything else just freely fly off, you know? It doesn't make sense, guys. It just doesn't make sense. Like this, yeah. How does it hold the oceans down but not, you know, the dew on the grass? So yeah, I just want to go through this. What did we all have in common? We thought the Earth was a globe, obviously. I grew up thinking it was a globe. I was 5. I got told it was a globe. I asked questions. People didn't have answers, but they all believed it, so I did. And the only image I had in my mind of flat Earth, which again is a terrible word because there's so many connotations with it, I instantly think of the boat and that waterfall and the boat falling off the edge of the Earth, and think about how ridiculous that is. Like, how does that even work? Like, obviously the Earth isn't flat, but it's a completely wrong image. It's completely wrong, and they did that on purpose, so you can't even fathom that this is the reality. But this is our reality. I mean, they hinted it. This is George Bush International Airport. You know, they've got the Tree of Life, the Flat Earth, the Dome. They've got so many indications. It's not funny. The UN uses a flat map, literally instead of a globe. Well, why do you think they're doing that? The UN's in charge of everything. And again, this is exactly like Santa Claus. It really is, because this is all based on CGI. I mean, if you've watched the Mythbuster video, go ahead and watch it. You know, they have a camera on the inside that's completely at the horizon. I mean, as you can see, there's a GoPro there. They're using GoPros, but what I've said in the previous videos is that when you use a GoPro, it curves everything. So you see that whole entire craft is curved, but because that horizon is literally at the horizon of the camera,